Hi guys, Tops here with another Sunday breakdown. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, please subscribe. We do post videos every Sunday and every Monday. So Sundays we do Sunday breakdowns, give you a heads up on what we are looking at for this week, and on Monday we'll be posting. Right now we're actually doing a series of the market structures. So tune in for tomorrow. So please subscribe and you can get some information that you really like here. So last week we did the scenario. So we had price aligning itself with the resistance. So I actually explained and I said, if you want to see what price does, if it's following a channel, just moves to the upside, test the resistance, come back down, test the resistance, come back down, test the resistance, then comes back down. But in this scenario, price actually started consolidating over this area, and for us that's actually a heads up that price is gonna go to the upside, and it did. And I explained that price is not gonna break above this resistance zone because it actually didn't over this area. It took a lot of weeks to break this area, so it can't just come back into this area. So that's what happened, and now we're actually looking for more sell positions. So instead of price just breaking this resistance, and after failing to break this resistance also, I think it's actually aligning itself with this resistance also. So maybe Monday, Tuesday, you see price actually moving to the upside, then touching this third time, then you see price going to the downside. So I'm gonna post this on the on our WhatsApp group. So I'll post and update you on what's gonna happen with this pair. So it might take a little bit longer like this. So if you haven't logged into our WhatsApp group, please, I'll actually put a link on this video so you can actually click and you will be led to the WhatsApp group. So same scenario with this, I actually circled it and you see price actually aligning itself. So in this scenario I actually said, so this is a channel, price just moving to the upside, test this resistance, comes back, test this resistance, come back, test this resistance, then come back. And that's what happens when price is actually moving towards a resistance or towards or away from a support. So in this area you see price consolidating over this area, and it's not supposed to do that. It's just supposed to shoot to the upside or come back down right away. And this consolidation you should prepare for a buy setup. So that's what we did, and price came back, pull back, retrace, whatever you want to call it. Then it formed a double bottom over here. So this is the third episode that we're going to do on market structures today. So we're going to talk about the head and shoulder, we're going to talk about the double bottom, double top, the continuation pattern, the flags that we'll be talking about. So tune in for tomorrow's video. So after breaking the neck of the double bottom, we saw price actually moving to the upside. So right now I'm not looking for any sells, but just a buy, a short buy to this area. So just a quick position, you can actually take a buy when the market opens, take your take profit on this resistance. Then for this week I think you'll be done with this pair, then wait for any market structure that you might want to see. Then either this price is gonna go down or price just gonna align itself with this resistance and then go to the upside. The next pair that we had, so what makes this pair more interesting than any other pair? So I had my sell limit over this area and I was hoping that it was gonna get activated, but it didn't. We had price making a flag over this area, went to the downside. So I explained this I think on the episode 1 and episode 2 of the market structure. So if you want to see more about this, know more about this, just click on the link and you can see the video. So price onto a bigger time frame, price broke this resistance. Instead of just coming back into straight and continue with this wedge, it just broke here and started consolidating over this area. So instead of just going straight to the down, actually gave us a little bit more momentum. So some people just bail out of this trade, some people want to buy just in hopes that price is just going to come back into the inside, but it doesn't do that. So you will see here, what makes this interesting is price is actually consolidating over this area also. So that's a boost of confidence to myself, I think. So I'm looking for a sell setup. So when my sell setup, like when my sell limit didn't activate, I was actually happy when I saw this yesterday. Price aligning itself here, then I'm gonna continue to the next resistance that is here. So for next week, I think maybe till Friday, that's when we'll reach this area. Same scenario with usjpy. So US yen, we're just gonna continue. So consolidation, then continuation, then this is the reason that we have actually predicted that price is gonna consolidate over this area, then continuation again. So pretty much we actually following sort of like a channel. So price has to reach here, I don't know when, but as time goes on, so we just continue looking for sell setups with US yen. So sell and sell also on Swiss franc. Then this was a devastating one. So last week actually, so this is just a continuation pattern, and in this case we had price forming sort of like a triangle over this area. So this is a pending triangle, and price broke above this area, then continued to the upside and ended up breaking up our resistance over this area. So I'm not looking for any sell steps. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, I'm not looking for any sell setups. What I'm gonna do is wait for price to break this resistance and come to the downside, then try to make a formation of any pattern that I actually am familiar of. Then we'll see price actually moving to the downside, but I'm not having any bias as of yet. So with Euro Aussie, just to be safe, I'll only sell into this green zone. So for now I'm waiting for price to come back into this green zone. So that's pretty much for all the pairs that we had last week. So this week's pairs, we have these three pairs. So Euro Kiwi, Cable US, Euro Yen, then Rand, US Rand. So like what I said, so we had this pair and price was consolidating over this area, then we had our sell and we took our take profit over this area, though price actually extended to this area, but we actually took our profit earlier. So we have a head and shoulder over this area, our left shoulder, head and right shoulder, and this is our neckline, and price has already come back to test this neckline. Then just hoping that prices are gonna continue to the downside. So how you measure a head and shoulder, this is how you measure head and shoulder. So from the neckline to the top of the head, so that's 1642 points approximately here. So yeah, approximately here. So right now when the market opens, so we already have a bearish pin bar. That's one of our signals. So I don't really use candlesticks, but if you do, you know this is a bearish pin bar, then you can actually sell from here, going to the downside till you reach the profit target. So head and shoulder. So we have three pairs that have head and shoulders. Head and shoulder also on cable US dollar. So from here to here, 1818 somewhere here. So profit target is supposed to be a little bit below here, maybe somewhere here. So last week I think I didn't add this pair on the pair that we had last week, but we had this scenario. So it's actually on the first episode of the market structures. Price aligning, price moving in the channel, a descending channel in this case, and towards the resistance. Then you have price breaking this resistance, and this is just a scenario where people just caught on the wrong side of the market, then price continued to the upside. So in this area, in this case, I'm actually looking for only buy setups. I'm not looking for any sell setups. So price had already pulled back, and this is now a high resistance zone. So we have price failing to break above, and now it finally did, and just not gonna give up itself. So you see price moving to the upside over the next week. So if it doesn't, then we just get our stop loss getting hit over this area, but I don't think it's gonna happen like that. And I actually explained on the second episode that you have to, how you measure the returns of this. So you go on from the top of the descending channel to the lower part of the descending channel. So that's something like 1550, 1510, I mean to say. Then from here going to the upside. So this is how you get the first returns of this descending channel. So around here. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't see any sell setups of this. So right now I'm only looking for buy setups. Compare that we had head and shoulder also here. So the left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder. So this got an inverse head and shoulder. Then you had this flag. So I'm gonna do in the third episode of the market structure. That's when we'll be looking about. We'll be looking on head and shoulders, double bottom, flags, all patterns that you can actually find. So only the pattern that I rely on, that's the pattern that I'm going to be talking about. So this is the flag that we had, and I actually talked about it on Friday, I think, before I sent this picture, the screenshot. So how you measure, so I'm just going to repeat this from the neckline going to the head. 1644. Is it 1644? No, it's something like 1520 or 1530. It's more like an approximation. 1530, somewhere here. So I just have to extend my take profit target to this area. So pretty much that's what we have for this week. The last pair that we're gonna be looking at. So we have a lot of channels in this space. So we have this overall channel on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame again, we have this channel. Then price actually moving to the upside right now. And on the 4-hour time frame, we have this channel, the smaller channel, and price is moving in another channel that is on 1-hour time frame if you try to look at it like that. So the support, the resistance over this area. So now again, this is now support because price is now inside. So we had this flag on Friday and price shoot up, NFP happened, and price came back down, making this interesting, forming a pennant triangle over this area. So right now what I'm actually looking at is, this is a pennant triangle. It can actually break to any side, so you just have to be careful when you're taking this trade. But what I'm looking at, I don't see price moving to the upside, like continuing with the upside, because I think it's now following this this channel. So I'm hoping that price is just gonna move back into this area, then take profit. So I'm just gonna put the parameters, then send this setup, this screenshot on the group. So I'll put a link also for the WhatsApp group if you wanna see the setups that we'll be doing during the week. So I usually add, like this pair I actually added it on Friday, so I usually add some of the setups on to the group. So if you wanna know more about the group, just click the link below. I'm just gonna put also the link for the market structures if you wanna know more about the market structures. So that's pretty much for this week, guys. Tune in for tomorrow's third episode of the market structures, and next week we're gonna be doing another series. So this week we're gonna finish up on the market structures. So thank you guys, please subscribe.